All right, with Antoine White. And Antoine, welcome to your second appearance on Coach's Corner. Antoine, big opening day win for the Thunderbolts at Atlantic City. A tough game, really struggled in the first half, but came on and played well in the second half and fought and didn't give up.
Yeah, I think at that point it was just, finding ourselves, not just me individually, but, everyone as a team. We had some of the coaches talk to us and put it in our heads that the first half wasn't too great. I mean, we knew it ourselves, but in that second half it was completely up to us. Coaches weren't out there playing it, so it was just a change of events that had to happen and a new type of enthusiasm that we had to have going back on the field.
Antoine, it's never easy to prepare for a full game. You go through your scrimmages, but in the scrimmages we didn't see anything quite like Atlantic City, did we? I mean, we scrimmaged some schools that were okay, but nothing quite as big and physical as was what we saw when we got out there that night.
Oh, no, I respect that team to the fullest. That was a fast team. That was a very fast team. They had an athletic quarterback. They had a 200-pound running back. They had very physical players, offensively and defensively. And I think we sat back on them a little too much, and they came back and they proved that they were a good team, and it just showed us something different than what we expected.
And it takes a little while to adjust to a team that's that fast and that level of play, and I think, obviously Millville came back and did do well the second half. Now, your performance offensively, how did you rate your first performance at offensive tackle? We'll start there first, and then we'll go to defense.
Honestly, it wasn't that great. I missed a couple assignments here and there, but the key thing was none of the players ever got down on each other ever. And at one point in the game, I knew I missed assignments, and Rob as a running back, Rashawn as a quarterback, they tried to pick the line up as much as they could. We got back to the huddle, they still patted us on the back, still told us we can get it, everything like that. But I wouldn't rate it very high.
Okay, so we know we're going to get better than where we were on week one, right? Mm-hmm. Now, the other side of the ball, a really strong second half.
Yeah, I think after that first half, when I can't remember what coach it was, they told me how my performance was. You either accept the criticism and go out there and change it, or you mope about it all game. And I wouldn't want us to game or made anything different. So at that point, I accepted the criticism, and I just went out there and played the best that I could possibly play.
And I think you were a force to be reckoned with in the second half. I mean, as a coach, you always look at film and say who jumps off, the page at you, and I would think anybody who watches that film, especially the second half, you jump off the page. Now, according to Coach Kessler, if I'm wrong, correct me now, they credited you with 18 tackles that you were involved with.
18.
And that fell one shy of Dwayne Hendricks' 19 somewhere. I guess when I coached him, he had 19 tackles. So that means you can still improve. So if you're going to beat Hendricks' record, we have another game where you get 2 more.
Yeah, that's a great accomplishment. I really am proud of him for that. But there's always room for improvement. 18 tackles make 19, 19 make 20. There's always room to improve. Like not just defensively. I mean, like I said, I had a pretty, but it's pretty shifty offense. Improve on offense because I'm not just a one-way player anymore. I'm playing 2 ways. So on either side of the ball, there's always ways to improve myself.
And that's different, too, than last year just being the one-way player. I mean, more things to think about. It takes more out of you physically, and you don't get off the field to kind of rest a little bit. I mean, when you're a key 2-way guy, you're stuck out there, and that's why Coach Dorm's real big on being hydrated, fueled up, ready to go, because if you look at that game, them cramping up probably was one of the things that cost them that win, and that's something that we didn't do. So that's a credit to, the coaching staff for getting you guys ready and you guys doing what they asked you to do.
Yeah, I compliment those guys. Coach Durham always makes sure we're hydrated, telling us. Richter is always on it. So that's one of the most important things. I saw those guys cramping. I'm just like, oh, man, I look over at our players, man, everyone's good. Everyone's good.
That's an edge. And in a close game, in a close game, that makes a difference. So win last week, which is huge. Just get that first one out of the way. It's a Monday today. You got a chance to look at Mainland. Now we went to Atlantic City. Now we're going on down to Mainland. It's a big night for them. You haven't played against Mainland yet. It's a former coach. The Corral's another tough place to play. I mean, they have a great atmosphere there too. But what was your breakdown of film when you saw Mainland today?
You have to respect every team you play, and what I've been told is they've been coached very well. I mean,
top coaching staff, yes.
Like you said, I haven't played them personally. I haven't seen much about them, but from what I see in film, they have a very fast, physical line. They have it looks like a very smart quarterback. Hey, like I said, you got to respect every team you play, whether the film is a good film or a bad film, because the team you play isn't always the team you see on film. So, it's going to be a tough week. Prepare ourselves well for it, and hopefully come out and do the best we can.
You look at the schedule. Once again, the last couple years, there were a couple games on there you kind of knew, well, if we kind of just get there and we play all right, we're going to be okay. But this year, it's going to be a battle like it was last week, it looks like, every week.
No, I wouldn't say last year we coasted through games or anything like that, but I would say, we came in there with
knowing that you were flat out better than a couple other teams.
This year, like I said, we have a lot of talent this year, everything like that, but we can't do that this year. This year we have to come out, unlike we did against Atlantic City, a great win, but we have to come out a lot more physical, a lot more intensified. We can't sit back and judge how a team's going to play, because some teams not going to let up.
Now, as goal-oriented as everybody is, especially team-wise, just one personal one, which is a great accomplishment. Late this summer you had gotten your first Division I offer.
Yep.
From Rutgers University, so we wanted to congratulate you on that, because that very seldom happens before you even play your junior season. So how did that feel, and what did that mean to you?
It was a great accomplishment. At that point, it was everything going on. It's a big part of the recruiting process is kicking off. Trying to keep my grades right. Very respectful with the coaches, very humble with my teammates, accepting things in the right way, not being that guy with a big head on his shoulders or anything like that. Gradually moving towards the recruiting process, and I'm liking how everything's going. I'm liking how everything's going. I'm liking everything.
That's good. It is good, Antoine. I wanted to obviously congratulate you on that. And you know what I always tell you, keep the grades in line, because the better the grades you are, the better choices you're going to have. There's a lot of Division I schools, but there are some a little bit better than others. So, depending on where you are academically, that makes a big difference.
My mom stamped that in my head when I was 5. So,
obviously you listen. All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on last week's win, and wish you all the best going into the Corral at Mainland, and come back with win number 2.
Thank you very much.
All right. When we come back, we're going to spend some time with Senior Center Jim DeCesna. So stay with us for more Coach's Corner.